Hello everybody and welcome back to part 2 of the Let's Build a Looted Knight series. As you guys can see, my finger is slowly on the mend. There's some lovely stitches in there, guys. I actually get them out in like 2 days, so hopefully that should be good. But you'll notice that this finger doesn't really move an awful lot at the moment. It's kind of still fixing itself internally. So if I apologise now for like flipping people off by accident. But anyway, I digress. So what we're going to look at today, we're going to look at the final product of the Looted Knight that I did. We're going to look at it in total, and then we're going to look at it in a breakdown of the individual components as well. You might have noticed that I've moved the camera quite far back, and I'm stretching quite a bit, and that's because this thing is so big it barely fits in shot. But anyway, I'm going to bring on the big daddy of them all now. He's lost a Shin Guard, but it's okay. I'll leave that off later and show you in the individual one. Yeah, guys, so here is the beast from the east. This ridiculous behemoth of a model. Yeah, very, very pleased with the way this turned out. I've got the look that I wanted, the desired effect. Just the sheer epicosity of this build is ridiculous. I've not done a build this big and this much detail on it for a long, long time. And I just love the absurdity that is this claw. Look how big this claw is, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm gonna smack you in the face and throw your tanks about. Yeah, this is gonna count as that Renegade Knight Power Fist, so I can actually pick up other vehicles and lob them. And I was a bit worried at first about the size of the engine at the back, but once I added these kind of like reinforcing struts to this side and the other side, it kind of fits, and it just looks like it can generate a serious amount of power. And then we've actually got the crazy double barrel turret at the top as well. It doesn't serve a purpose in game, it just looks fucking badass, that's all. But what we're going to do, we're going to go down now, and we're going to have like a breakdown of the individual components. Let me just move the camera a little bit closer so that I can get in and provide you guys with a better description of things. I need to readjust my camera jig. There we go. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go from the leg up, as they say. What I did, oh god damn it, there we go. So with this, I decided to leave the Shin Guards off, just because I prefer doing this when I do Imperial Knights, because it means that I can get into all the little worky bits and stuff like that around here, all the pistons and things. But looking at the legs just as they are, not much has changed. There's no conversion work really on the legs, apart from where the Knight would normally have his tabard. He's got this bit of an orc boarding plank that I bent to shape, so like a metal tabard. And what this is going to have when it's painted, guys, when it's finally done, it's going to have the faceplates of other Imperial Knights like going up it, like their trophies that it's taken. And then one of the things that the Knight doesn't actually have, it doesn't have upper leg armour really, apart from the little tiny plates that you get. So I decided to use some of these spare bits off Dakar jets that I'd accumulated, and they look really, really nice. They're perfectly curved for it, and they've got some nice old glyphs that'll paint up really, really well. And that basically is it, guys. It's a basic leg assembly for an Imperial Knight, nothing special. You might wonder where the base is as well. The base I actually left up in Bradford at changes, so next time I go up I'm going to have to bring that down. So moving on to the first Shin Guard, as we have it here. I just want it to be really spiky and really covered in glyphs, because glyphs give it so much more detail and so much more of a personalisation in regards to orcs. And they're just fixed using the standard way that the Knight fixes the Shin Guards on. And there's this massive one here. I wanted it to be like a really, really chunky, really, really heavily armoured one. So I've used bits of like orc truck doors. Oh no! Oh, that's come off. Right, okay, well, looks like we're not looking at that just a second. I need to fix that. The next part we're going to look at, let's look at the gun. Let's look at this great big, oofing, stonking, great big gun arm. That is what you call a weapon. That is a ridiculous, ridiculous cannon. It's big, it's chunky, it's got 3 barrels, it's covered, and I mean covered in rockets. We've got 2 of the rockets from the Killer Can or Death Dread sets. We've got some rockets from again the Dakar jets, and we've got these 2 here. Now these are actually the Hunter Killer missiles that you get off of Lehman Russ, and I've used again just bits of the Imperial Knight to basically look like it has some kind of launcher mechanism for it. And again, not a whole lot else. It still has its articulation. It can still move up and down. It can still spin right round, baby, right round. When you round, when you go down, down. But yeah, so there's that beast. I mean, just look at when it's facing you off like that. This actually as well, guys, isn't actually a cannon barrel. it's an engine for the I think the Wazoom blaster jet or something like that. But it looked like a barrel, so I thought, fuck it, why not? Let's use it. Why not? But yeah, so there's that. Now let's look at the claw. The beastie claw of epicosity. This is probably my favourite thing about the entire model. Just how fucking absurd this is. This is the most ridiculous claw I've ever seen. It's a plasticard construction, which is it's quite a thick plasticard, and the claws are quite thick as well. I want it to be very, very robust because this is going to obviously be free moving. As you guys can see, it moves that way, and it did move the other way, but okay, it doesn't now. But what the hey? It's going to be obviously be moved around, and it's going to be free moving, so it's going to take a bit of a battering, so I need it to be a little bit more robust. We've got the engine, part of an engine, part of semantic stuff, which I really like the look of. It just adds a lot more intricacy and a lot more workiness to the actual claw itself. For the hinges, I was going to have just originally these rivets here, but I thought, you know what, I need more texture and more details on, so I decided to use some Killer Can and Death Dread close combat weapons, because obviously they have a circular point with it, which obviously is a pivot point there, so it looks like that this claw could move up and down like that. And then we've got some reinforcements on the bottom of the claw here. You can see this is the bit where the chainsaw would come out on the Imperial Knight. So I flipped it around and stuck it down here. Now I actually had to, I said this in the last video, I had to have a spacer because it didn't look right without being able to look like it could turn, because obviously you've got the articulation points. It can go this way, it can go this way. Obviously, with it, if this joint was unglued, it could go that way from the elbow. However, the wrist could not pivot. So with this looks like the wrist can now pivot left and right like that. And it just adds a little bit more of a touch to make it like it works into the actual miniature. We've got some more worky bits on the bottom, some more rivets, some more glyphs, that kind of stuff. The next bit we're going to look at is the fourth and final component of it, which is the torso. Look at that face. That is a face only a big mech could love, guys. It is an absolutely amazing face. If I do say so myself, blow my own trumpet a little bit, but I'm exceptionally proud with the way that massive fuck-off gob turned out. It was really shit originally. It was like a bit of plastic card with some shit teeth, and it looked really, really dumb. But this way, it just looks so much more vicious, guys. It looks like it could take a bite out of a Land Raider or a Baneblade, for fuck's sake. I've kept obviously, because the Imperial Knight has a stubber, so I've replaced the stubber with just like a big shooter here, and that kind of goes up there and is glued in place. We've got some delicious orc glyphs going on the top. I actually dug out my old one of these that I had and remade it with Oyamaru so I could have this, because this is like a big boss Warg banner glyph that I made years ago. Well, I didn't make it, I took it off an old model, but then I found the old model and then I redid it again. But anyway, I digress. We've got some, again, GW recast stuff that I made, and then we got some more, then there's one of my own there. Around the turret is pretty nice actually as well, because the turret has a lot of nice little detail. These dags under here disguise the actual access, well, the join here, which is just actually glued straight onto the actual upper door. And then the turret's got some more glyphs going around the sides, as you can see there. Again, these are a mixture of GW ones that I've recast, and then my own ones that I've made with plasticard and then cast those up. The big old cannon, we've got like the rivets to hold it in place, and we've got a nice little mech shop logo on the top there. And then this turret actually fit really, really well, considering it's from a completely other game system. It fit really, really nicely on it. The shoulder pads here, I needed to add a bit more reinforcement. It just didn't look right, so I added these bits. These are from that horrendous Torox kit that I fucking hate the guts of. So I finally found places to use those as like supporting struts. The back exhaust's got a little bit of an addition, just with some, again, some exhaust from the Killer Can set, just to make it look a little bit more orky. Then we have the back of this engine block here. This is actually from Mantic. This is from their new terrain set that they have. And I added some like reinforced bits of plasticard. It's actually, I tried to make eye bar by cutting square tubing in half, and it kind of worked. It's like a half eye bar although you could call it a C bar, because it's like a C. It's a curly cur. Here today on Spelling with JoJoMan. We got some more glyphs on the back, and we got a license plate thing there, which I might try and paint like the words like for rent on it or something, which would be pretty cool. We have more of the same on the other side. Then we have, again, this bit from a truck that I added on, and then added some support struts. But in total, guys, it's an absolutely fantastic build. I had loads and loads of fun doing it until I sliced my fucking finger off, which is so painful to do. And you guys, you don't know how debilitating it is to have like a missing, well, to not be able to use a digit. God damn it. Oh my god, what is going on? Shoddy camera work on today's show, guys. I do apologise. But yeah, so like I say, I've made it so that all these they're still able to just be keyed in. You know, there's nothing. I don't see the point in magnetising the arms of an Imperial Knight, because, like I said, if you build it to the right kind of spec, they just slot back in once you faff about with it like that. There we go. Yeah, so there's no point in magnetising knight arms, in my opinion. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. This has been a nice little 10-minute look at the craziness that is this looted knight. But anyway, guys, please leave some comments in the doobly-doo down below. I would love some feedback on this. What do you guys think? You know, give me a thumbs up, give me a like. Share this video as well, guys, because like I say, sharing is the best way that it helps the channel grow. If you don't do anything, if you don't leave a comment, if you don't leave a like, please just leave a share, guys. Leave a share. Please just share the video. I'm a bit of a retard. But anyway, so yeah, let me know what you think in the comments in the doobly-doo down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. So guys, thank you very much for watching. See you now, and goodbye.